Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today, we are going to uncover the fascinating story of the 1983 Lincoln cent, also known as the 1983 penny, a coin that at first looks ordinary, but in reality, it has variations and errors that can be worth thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine a single cent being worth more than a luxury car or even a house. That is the magic of coin collecting. The background of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent is one of the most recognized coins in American history. First introduced in 1909, it was designed by Victor David Brenner to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. Over the years, the design has remained familiar, but the metal composition has changed. And in those changes lies the secret of the rare and valuable 1983 penny. The big change in 1982. Before we talk about 1983, we need to rewind a little. In 1982, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the penny. For many decades, pennies were made mostly of copper, but due to rising copper prices, the mint shifted to making pennies out of zinc with a thin copper coating. So, in 1982, two types of pennies were minted, copper and zinc. That transition year caused lots of varieties and confusion. But in 1983, the minting was supposed to be entirely zinc. Supposed to be, but mistakes happen. The 1983 copper penny error. Now here's where it gets exciting. A few 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets left over from the previous year. These are incredibly rare. Instead of being the usual zinc pennies, they are almost entirely copper. Collectors discovered these unusual coins decades later, and today, if you find one, you might be holding a penny worth tens of thousands of dollars. Weight test. The easiest way to check if your 1983 penny is copper or zinc is by weighing it. A normal zinc penny from 1983 weighs about 2.5 grams, but a copper penny weighs about 3.1 grams. That difference may seem small, but to a collector or professional grader, it means the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth a fortune. Double die varieties. But copper errors are not the only treasure. The 1983 penny also has double die varieties, especially the famous 1983 double die reverse. This error shows doubling on the letters United States of America and on 1 cent. Under magnification, the doubling is very clear. Coins with strong doubling can sell for $200, $500, or even $1,000 and more, depending on condition. Market values. Now let's talk about the current market. A regular 1983 zinc penny in circulation is worth face value, just 1 cent. But a 1983 copper penny error has sold for over $15,000 to $20,000 at auctions. Meanwhile, high-grade uncirculated examples of the 1983 double die reverse can fetch $500 to $2,500 or more. In some cases, rare examples graded MS-67 red have brought in tens of thousands. And the truly elite specimens are valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars, some reports even reaching $787,999. That's almost $800,000 for a penny. Why are they so valuable? The value comes from rarity and demand. Collectors around the world want these error coins because they represent history, mistakes at the mint, and unique survivors. Unlike ordinary coins produced in the billions, these rare 1983 varieties exist in very limited numbers. That scarcity is what drives collectors to pay incredible sums. How to identify? So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1983 penny? First, look at the date. Then, weigh the coin. If it's 3.1 grams, you might have a copper error. Next, examine the reverse side carefully for doubling. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check the letters. Even a small variation can make a huge difference in value. Auction highlights. There have been incredible auction stories. One 1983 copper penny sold at auction for more than $15,000. Another example, in pristine condition, was valued far higher. Collectors are always on the lookout, and auction houses love these coins because they attract worldwide attention. Collecting tips. If you are new to coin collecting, here are some tips. Save all your pennies from the early 1980s, especially 1982 and 1983. Invest in a small digital scale to weigh them. Study online references and pictures of doubled dies. And most importantly, never clean your coins, because cleaning can destroy the value. Historical importance: the 1983 penny tells us more than just a story about money. It's about a moment in American history when the U.S. Mint transitioned to cheaper materials, reflecting the economic conditions of the time. It also shows how human errors, in this case, planchets left over from the previous year, can create treasures that future generations prize. Today, the demand for rare U.S. coins is higher than ever. Collectors from all over the world are chasing these pennies. With online platforms, auction houses, and coin shows, even an ordinary person can discover a life-changing coin in pocket change or an old jar at home. That's why coin collecting is called the hobby of kings. Future value potential experts believe that the value of rare 1983 pennies will only increase over time. As more collectors join the hobby and as surviving examples get locked away in private collections, the scarcity grows. So, finding one today could mean holding onto an investment that rises in value every year. Closing and call to action: so the next time you come across a 1983 penny, don't dismiss it as just 1 cent. Check it, weigh it, and inspect it. You might be holding a piece of history worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. This has been another exciting journey into the world of coins with Top Liberty Coins. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, maybe someone you know has a fortune sitting in an old coin jar. Stay tuned for more amazing stories of rare coins, their history, and their incredible value. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins from the United States, the Lincoln Penny 2000D. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary coin, but history, minting details, and collector demand have given it a surprising spotlight in the coin market. Some varieties of this coin can reach thousands of dollars in value, and in this video, we will uncover exactly why. Why pennies still matter. The penny is the smallest denomination in U.S. currency, but it has a massive historical and collector value. Many people ignore pennies, leaving them in jars or even tossing them aside. But what if I told you that one simple penny in your pocket could be worth far more than just 1 cent? The 2000D Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how small coins can carry big money stories. A quick glimpse at the Lincoln cent legacy. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It became the first regularly circulating U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of a symbolic figure. From 1909 to today, the Lincoln cent has gone through many design changes, but its connection with American history makes it one of the most collected coins worldwide. The Denver Mint 2000D. The D mint mark on this coin means it was struck at the Denver Mint in the year 2000. Denver is famous for producing billions of circulating coins every year. For the 2000D penny, mintage numbers were extremely high, which might make you think the coin is common and not valuable. But here is the secret: not every coin is created equal. Certain error coins, rare varieties, and well-preserved examples can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Design features of the 2000D penny. The obverse shows the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse still displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 until 2008. These details might look simple, but tiny variations in how they were struck in the Denver Mint created collectible treasures. The market mystery here is where things get interesting. While most 2000D pennies are worth just face value, some examples have fetched astonishing prices at auction. Collectors are willing to pay huge sums for coins with special qualities, mint errors, doubled dies, or coins in perfect uncirculated condition. Some rare examples can go from pennies to nearly $800,000 in market worth depending on grading and rarity. Error coins and varieties. Error coins are the crown jewels of coin collecting. For the 2000D penny, there are reports of double strikes, off-center strikes, and die errors. A double-die penny, for instance, can dramatically increase the coin's market value. Collectors love imperfections because they tell a story about the minting process. Imagine having a simple penny with an error that transforms it into a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Condition is everything. One of the most important factors for collectors is condition. A circulated penny with scratches and wear will usually remain just 1 cent. But a penny graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC in mint state 65 or higher could be worth serious money. High-grade 2000D pennies can sell for hundreds or even thousands, depending on the demand. Auction highlights. Over the years, some 2000D pennies have shocked the coin world. Reports suggest that rare varieties and high-grade examples have fetched tens of thousands of dollars. Some collectors even estimate that ultra-rare conditions could potentially be valued near $787,998 in private markets. While not every coin will reach that level, it shows the incredible potential hidden in these small copper-coated zinc coins. The historical worth of the cent. Beyond money, every penny tells a historical story. The year 2000 was not only the beginning of a new century but also a period of technological change in the U.S. economy. Having a coin from that year connects you to a turning point in American history. Add in Lincoln's portrait and the Denver Mint mark, and you hold both history and value in your hand. How to identify valuable 2000D pennies. To spot valuable 2000D pennies, here is what to look for: extremely sharp details with no scratches, shiny red luster. Red MS coins are worth more. Errors like double dies, misaligned dies, or off-center strikes. Professional grading with MS 65 or higher. The key is patience and careful inspection. Sometimes treasure hides in plain sight. Collector demand. Why do collectors chase the 2000D penny? Because it represents a perfect mix of modern mintage, historical design, and unexpected rarity. The Lincoln series is one of the most popular coin collections in the world. Every variety, error, and condition level has an audience, and the 2000D has its own growing demand. The market today. In today's coin market, prices fluctuate depending on rarity and condition. A standard 2000D penny might still just be worth 1 cent, but rare ones in pristine condition or with errors can skyrocket in value. Some sellers list them for thousands, and in auctions, unique varieties can exceed hundreds of thousands. The market keeps evolving, and collectors know that patience often leads to big rewards. What this means for you. So what does this mean for you? Never underestimate the coins in your pocket or piggy bank. That little penny could turn out to be a hidden gem. Always check your coins, study the details, and if you find something special, consider having it graded. You never know, you could be sitting on a penny worth a life-changing amount. Closing and call to action. This was a deep dive into the fascinating story of the Lincoln Penny 2000D. From its historical roots to its surprising market value, we've seen how a simple 1-cent coin can hold so much more than its face value. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, where we reveal more hidden treasures and the incredible world of coin collecting. Turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to discover the next valuable coin hiding in your change. Remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes on your coins. You might just find your own hidden treasure. Today we are going deep into the fascinating world of the Lincoln penny, especially focusing on the 2021D Lincoln cent, its history, current market value, and how some of these coins can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So stay with us till the end, because you never know, you might have a fortune hiding in your pocket change right now. The legacy of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic and longest-running coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and became a lasting symbol of American history and freedom. With Abraham Lincoln's portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face instead of a symbolic figure. Over more than a century, the penny has gone through changes in design, composition, and mint marks, but it has always remained the most recognized coin in the United States. Why the penny still matters. Many people think the penny is just a small coin with little value. But in reality, certain pennies, due to their rarity, mint errors, and condition, can bring jaw-dropping prices in the coin market. Collectors all over the world continue to search for those rare pennies that can transform a single cent into thousands of dollars. That is why the Lincoln penny is not just pocket change, it's an opportunity, and here on Top Liberty Coins, we make sure you know which coins to look out for. The 2021 Lincoln Cent Overview. Design details of the 2021 penny. On the obverse side, we see Abraham Lincoln's bust facing right, with the word Liberty and the motto "In God We Trust." The reverse side features the Union Shield design introduced in 2010, representing Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single union. These design details make the 2021 penny not just currency but a small piece of history that carries America's story. Coin composition. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint has been producing pennies with a zinc core and copper plating. The 2021 penny follows this same pattern, containing 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Although the intrinsic metal value is less than 1 cent, what makes the 2021 penny valuable is not its metal but its rarity, grading, and possible errors. Market value of the 2021 penny. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the value. A regular 2021 penny in circulation is worth 1 cent. However, when we move into higher grades such as MS65, MS66, and MS67, the value starts climbing. In uncirculated condition, a 2021 penny can sell for $5 to $15, while a perfect graded example in MS67 RD can sell for $50 to $100. But the real treasure comes with rare errors that can push the price into thousands of dollars. Error coins of 2021 penny. Collectors hunt for errors like double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, missing letters, and striking issues. A double die error, where the design elements appear doubled, can make a simple 2021 penny worth hundreds. Similarly, an off-center strike can raise the value to several $100s, depending on how dramatic the error is. Always check your pennies carefully, you never know what might be sitting in your change jar. Famous auction sales. Even though the 2021 penny is still new, some have already sold in auctions for impressive amounts. Rare error examples have sold for hundreds of dollars, and experts predict that as time passes and high-grade examples become rarer to find, their values could skyrocket. Imagine holding on to one today and seeing it worth thousands in just a few years. The rarity factor. Rarity is always the king in coin collecting. Billions of pennies are minted each year, but coins with special errors or perfect grading are like needles in a haystack. That's why some Lincoln pennies from the past have sold for unbelievable amounts. For example, certain rare Lincoln cents have been auctioned for over $700,000, and collectors are always looking for the next big discovery. The story behind high-value pennies. Why do some pennies reach such high values? It's the combination of history, condition, rarity, and collector demand. A penny that cost the government less than a cent to produce can turn into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands. For instance, rare varieties like the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die are worth fortunes today. The same potential lies in modern pennies like the 2021 especially those with dramatic minting errors. How to identify valuable 2021 pennies? Always inspect your coins under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look at the date, mint mark, and letters carefully. Check for doubling in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. See if the shield on the reverse has any unusual marks, cracks, or shifts. Coins with crisp details, shiny surfaces, and no scratches can be worth grading. A certified grading by companies like PCGS or NGC can significantly boost your coin's value. Collecting tips from Top Liberty Coins. Here at Top Liberty Coins, we always advise collectors to check every penny that passes through your hands. Start with your pocket change, then move to rolls of pennies from the bank. Roll hunting is a fantastic way to find hidden gems. Preserve your coins properly using coin flips or holders, and avoid touching the coin's surface with bare hands. Remember, condition is everything. The future of the penny market. The penny might be small, but its impact on coin collecting is massive. With discussions about possibly discontinuing the penny in the future, every New Year's release gains historical importance. If production stops, these pennies will instantly become relics of the past, and collectors will pay even more for high-quality examples. That's why holding on to special pennies like the 2021D could be a smart move for the future. Closing and call to action. So there you have it, the complete story of the 2021D Lincoln penny, its history, design, errors, and the potential to be worth not just cents but hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money, it's about preserving history, culture, and hidden treasures. This is Top Liberty Coins, and we bring you the most detailed information about rare coins, valuable pennies, and everything you need to know to become a smarter collector. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other collectors. And always keep checking your change. You might be holding the next coin worth $787,997 or even more.